All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach Kodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the full elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening on to this truth with our sincerity. All right, and may the blessed election be upon your houses. All right, the time and topic of this lesson, as you can see, what's on the screen right now. All right, is the the failing or the collapse of the U.S. dollar, right? The Babylonian currency, right? The currency that they use here in Babylon, America, man. All right, so we're seeing how the U.S. dollar is not having the same power that it had before. And I got this article, right? This is from MorganStanley.com. All right, this is posted August 6th, right? And just gonna read a little bit on it. It reads, the value of the US dollar against other currencies dropped about 11% in the first half of this year, the biggest decline in more than 50 years, ending a 15-year bull cycle. All right, so this is the biggest decline that the US currency has had in 50 years, man. Right? It says Morgan Stanley research estimates the US currency could lose another 10% by the end of 2026, right? So right now it's at 11. They're saying another 10%, right? So that's what 21%, right? Give or take. Continuing on, it says despite a recovery of 3.2% in July, the delayed impact of tariffs on growth and unemployment, besides policy uncertainties, are likely to keep negative pressure on the dollar. Foreign investors have been adding hedges to their exposure to U.S. assets, which will likely further weaken the dollar. All right. So now we're seeing, you know, the currency of this place collapsing, man. All right. And it's honestly a beautiful thing to witness, if I could say so myself. All right. Because as a lot of these Babylonians that are either aware or unaware of what's going on, man, right? The men of the Lord see this and aren't happy, man. We're happy to see the downfall of this place, man. We're happy to see this place collapse piece by piece, man. All right. But this just goes to show you, man, how the Babylonian money is collapsing, man. And also going to show you why they're going to segue into, that digital currency, right? Segue into, getting ready to push out that Karagma, man, right? Because right now you see, crypto is a very big thing right now, man, right? These cryptocurrencies, man, right? You know, you got various countries that is, putting in a lot of money and resources into that crypto, man. So ultimately, we're seeing the money of this place being destabilized, and also showing us how, they're gonna segue into going digital, segue into pushing that Karagwa, man. It's all piece by piece, right? Gradualism, man. But it's happening before your face, man. All right. This is why, there's gonna be a lot of dead people or people that's gonna die in these times that we're coming into that have so much money. There's gonna be a lot of dead millionaires, billionaires, and so forth, man, because that money is not going to protect you. All right. You have the BRICS, right? They're setting up their that got their currency going, right? That's already, more valuable than uh, um the Babylonian currency. All right, because last I checked, I believe one BRICS dollar was like, or I believe it was 50 BRICS was $1 US, $1 US was 50. However it went, but nevertheless, it was going to show you how it's more valuable, right, than the U.S. currency, man. All right, you're dealing with hyperinflation, you're dealing with unemployment, you're dealing with these tariffs, right? So all these different things are showing you how this place is slowly but surely circling down the drain, man. But they're pushing off a facade, an illusion, a false reality, a false comfort into the masses as if everything is okay. But those that got the eyesight to see really see that this place is going downhill, man. All right. I want to grab this. This is Proverbs, the 11th chapter, verse 4, and it reads, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. All right. So when all hell break loose in this place, man, when shit hit the fan, when these missiles getting shot off, when it's full blown anarchy in the streets, looking like the movie Purge out here, man. All right. All the money that these people have is not going to benefit them, man. Why do you think all these celebrities, these elites, these billionaires and millionaires and all these people with money and power are investing so heavily into these bunkers, into, quote unquote safe havens? Because they think that they'll be able to escape the wraths, escape these different judgments that's getting ready to fall upon this place, man. All right. But as we just read in this article, the U.S. currency is going down. Okay. Get this. This is Matthew, the 6th chapter, verse 19. It reads, lay not up yourself treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal, but lay up yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. All right. We understand that the money and these tangible things in Babylon is ultimately corruptible. Is ultimately not going to, truly benefit you with your goal of salvation, right? At the end of the day, the money's not going to save you. These different bunkers aren't going to save you. All right. And even if you do, right, even if these elites make it through, the missiles in those bunkers, guess what? They're going to be the first fruits of slavery. So no matter what, you cannot escape the judgment that's coming, man. This place is finished. Okay. I got this clip I want to play. Right. And I'm going to start it right here. Right. And it's titled, Why Billionaires Are Burying Their Wealth in Bunkers. Right. And it's posted on YouTube by the Business Insider. And this was posted about a month ago. All right. Play a little bit on this.
Most advanced because bunkers are so common there. In Israel, every home is legally required to have a built-in safe room. Switzerland has enough fallout shelters to house its entire population of nearly 9 million people.
Bomb shelters is a way of life for a lot of the world, and Americans just haven't grasped onto the idea.
Right? Hey, that's a bar right there. He said bomb shelters are a way of life for a lot of the world, but Americans haven't grasped the idea, right? These Babylonians live in a fairy tale, man, right? When you look at what's going on throughout the four corners of the world, it is full-blown, high levels of stress, anarchy, wars, upwards of the people, right? A lot of shit is going on throughout the four corners of the world. But these people in Babylon are so naive, I should say, right? Or so sheltered away that they are not, quote unquote, paying attention or caring about what is happening. They're more focused on bullshit, man. These people in Babylon are focused on straight bullshit. Excuse my French. But this is about to be a reality for a lot of these people in Babylon, right? Those that are trusting in this system, those that are trusting and putting all their trust into the Babylonian money, thinking that their money is going to be able to deliver them, thinking that their money is going to be able to save them, man. Right? These people are coming to a very rude awakening, man. News flash. All right. That money is not going to deliver you, man. The currency in this place is finished. That's why they're getting ready to roll out, these digital currencies, getting ready to roll out that charagma, man. All right. I'm going to continue playing a little bit more on this.
Historically, preppers have been overwhelmingly right-leaning.
Now, it doesn't mean that I haven't sold some shelters to some Democrats. It's just not very many. I can literally name the 4 on one hand.
But data shows that since President Trump was first elected in 2016, more left-wing folks have joined the movement. Black Americans are prepping more too. That trend rose sharply after the death of George Floyd, with gun ownership among Black Americans spiking 58%. But most people don't have the resources to actually buy a survival home. So Ron is working on expanding access.
The rock bottom we can get a shelter out now is $20,000. It's called the precast shelter. They will actually pour the molds themselves and pop them out kind of like cupcakes and actually produce one every single day.
This one can house 4 people in 2 bunk beds.
There's nothing fancy about it, but it will give you an old-style fallout shelter from like the 1960s, and you'll only be in a shelter like that for maybe 3 or 4 days.
As for the bigger bunkers,
That's a big boy. That's 60,000 pounds right there.
when they're ready, Ron's team drives them all the way from Texas to their destination.
All right, here we go. First bunker is lifted in the air. They're gonna swing it down.
Some parts, like plumbing pipes and the escape tunnel, are installed on location. They add concrete to help the bunker withstand pressure from the surrounding soil, and as an extra layer of protection from a nuclear blast. And they bury it 6 feet below to help keep the temperature inside at a comfortable 52 to 60 degrees. This one, worth $600,000, took Ron's team almost a week to install. So, how long will it last?
Nothing is forever, but I'm making them to last more than a person's lifetime. Will they do that? I won't know because I won't be alive.
Right. You know, and that's the clip right there, man. Right. You got these people that's spending millions of dollars, billions of dollars on bunkers. All right. Thinking that that money is going to be able to deliver them, man. Thinking that they'll be able to hide from the Lord, escape the judgments and the wrath of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. And mind you, that bunker was a $600,000 bunker, and it looked like the size of 2 storage units, man, put together. Right? Or 2 what do you call them? Shipping containers put together, man. All right. But nevertheless, you know, the moral of the story is, you know, or the moral of the point is, all right, the Babylonian currency is going down. And these elites, these people with power and money in this place are investing a lot of their money, or, you know, pouring a lot of their money into these bunkers. Because when you see a lot of inflation, when you see a lot of currency devaluing, all right, these are different signs of terrible times, in other terms, right? Signs of war, signs of depressions, recessions, and so forth, man. All right. You know, so it is a very terrible time that's coming into Babylon, man. And as the average Babylonian is worrying about, you know, partying and bullshit and what's going on with their favorite celebrity and what these sport athletes are doing and taking trips and going here and hitting this club and doing this and doing that, right? In the background, all hell is breaking loose, man. All right. These people in Babylon are truly like they're living like they're in a bubble. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much what it's like, man. It's like they're in a bubble and everything around them is going to shit, but they're not paying attention to that, man, because they're so far gone in their fairy tale, man. That's why so many people are going to be caught off guard when shit hits the fan, man. Right? We seen what happened with this government shutdown and how people were being affected, and people were still living in la la land, man. People aren't going to start taking serious until they see bodies dropping, man. Until they start seeing their loved ones getting put to death, man. Getting dragged away to get put into these FEMA camps, man. Having terrible judgments, seeing cannibalism, seeing, you know, all different types of terrible judgments that the Lord is getting ready to unleash onto the planet Earth, man. All right. But we are seeing the precursors, right? We are seeing the dominoes fall. We are seeing the beginning of the end of this place, man. All right. You know, by the collapse of the dollar, you know, by these, elites investing into these bunkers, by the state of the world throughout the four corners of the world with these uproars and pestilences and chaoses that's springing up in these various nations, man. All right. But if you really believe that your money is going to have some type of benefit for you, man, it's not. Your only option is what? To fall back and to rely and call on Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. That is our number one line of defense. That is the main thing that is going to be a certainty for deliverance, for protection in these times that we're coming into, man. All right. Grab this. This is Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. Right? And right now, what we're doing, we're being fishers of men. Right? We fishing for the elect. All right? That's why we on the highways and hedges, man. Blowing those spiritual trumpets, warning our people of what's to come, telling the heathen of their judgment to come. Continuing on, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks, man. So those fishers are going to get turned to hunters, man. All right? You're going to have men of the Lord with spiritual powers busting into those bunkers, all right, that these wicked elites are hiding out in, all right, and putting them into chains, man. All right? It's about to be a very beautiful, beautiful judgment that's about to fall upon this place, man. And Lord willing, we are found, in good favor in the sight of Yahweh Shema Shai. Lord willing, we are a part of that number to be ultimately, delivered and saved and receive those incorruptible crowns, man. Okay. But hey, I'm going to wrap it up with that. Nevertheless, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect of Israel. With that being said, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach Kodash. That belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Well. Peace, blessings, salutations to those for elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening on to the truth with heart sincerity. Until next time, shalom, and above all, Kwame Sharala, shalom.